So I'm just heating, I've got a big soup skillet here. Having a sip of my coffee. Getting cool out there, really needing the coffee more and more. So I'm heating some olive oil and I'm going to saute some onion. We've got about one medium-sized onion that we've diced up. And I like a little celery in here. It's a great soup starter. So some onion, celery, and green pepper. The Holy Trinity is what they call this down in New Orleans. So I'm just going to get that sauteing for a few minutes. This is my girlfriend Susan, her all-time favorite thing that I make. So I'll have to bring her a big bowl of this. In fact, I was making this last night. The whole house smells so good. It's fun sometimes to do like a chili party. And we do a big chili cook-off here at work, usually in February, and everyone brings a different chili in, and then we all vote on it. But a white chicken chili is just something totally different. So it's fun if somebody's going to do a traditional chili, for somebody to, you know, bring in a crock pot or a slow cooker. The white chicken chili, something like you say, a little bit different and really, really, really tasty. Got a batch of it here that I made last night, just simmering away. So we just want those vegetables to get a little bit soft. And while those are hanging out doing that, I'm going to open. This is one of those really a lot of dumping going on here. The one thing that I did ahead of time is I cooked up about 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And you know how I do that. I usually just drizzle them with a little olive oil, season them really well with some salt and pepper, put them in an aluminum foil pouch on a cookie sheet and bake them for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then I like to shred them up when they're warm. It's so much easier. But, you know, if you don't have the time to do that, and this is a chili that you need to throw together immediately after work and get it done by game time, this is one of those chilies where you can do that. Just stop at the grocery store, pick up a rotisserie chicken, just pull it apart, shred it up, and no worries, you will have this chili great by game time. Not a problem. Put a little more olive oil in there because I thought it maybe needed a little bit more. So anyway, these are my 4 cooked, shredded up chicken breasts, and I'm going to open 2 cans here. I've got 1 can of diced green chilies. It's a white chicken chili, so no red in this chili, except a pinch of cayenne pepper. So we're going to add some green chilies. Now here's where you can kind of take this chili where you'd like it. You can either do 2 cans of the mild diced green chilies, which I happen to love, or if you want a little heat, you can do 1 can of the diced green chilies and 1 can of diced jalapeno pepper. So I'm going to leave that up to you. I always think when you're having people over to watch the game, having friends over and you don't know whether they like things spicy, you can always do jalapenos on the side. I like to play it safe. If it's for my family and Bob and me, I throw the jalapenos in there for sure. I like a little kick to my chili. So 2 cans, and these are the little guys, 4-ounce cans, again, of either the diced green chili or 1 can of jalapeno, 1 can of green chili. I've got 3 cans of these white navy, basically they're white, small white beans they call them. Frijoles blancos is the Mexican term. They're like a great northern bean or cannelloni bean, and you don't need to drain. A lot of the recipes I'll drain the beans and rinse them, but this one you don't need to do that because it actually, the juice in there will help thicken the chili. All right, at this point I'm going to season this up, and I've got about a tablespoon of cumin, or even you can even go a little heavier on that. So a tablespoon or 2 of cumin, which just is a great smoky, wonderful flavor. And I'm putting that right in with the vegetables because that'll really bring that cumin to life. Just kind of saute it around, and your kitchen is just going to smell like you're in New Mexico or something. Just smells so good. I've also got some garlic, 3 cloves of garlic. I use some fresh garlic here. I'm just going to give it a whack. If you have one of those fancy garlic presses, great, good for you. If you like it, cool. Mine always gets stuck in there. Half the garlic gets left in there, so I just use a knife and kind of whack it all up. With soup, it's going to cook down and just flavor it, so it doesn't have to be perfectly minced up. A lot of people love those garlic presses. I just haven't found one that I really like so much yet. And then cleaning them, that's a whole nother issue. All right, now we've got 2 cans of chicken broth. Smells so good. And this is one of those chilies that doesn't have to cook for hours and hours and hours. You really can throw it together pretty quickly. All right, now we've got 3 cans of these beans, juice and all. Just get them right in there. Use a spoon to get them out. I was dumping these as I was making this last night and making a big mess. Things were splattering all over my kitchen, so I thought I'd use a spoon to get these out this morning so I'm not wearing the beans. Now I know a lot of people, I don't know, this is one of those chilies that needs beans. This is basically what I'm trying to say. I don't think this chili would be the same without beans. Some chilies don't need beans. This is really what makes up this chili and also makes it really good for you. These white beans are great. Really good for you. And although this chili is pretty good for you, when you're eating it, you're not going to be like, it's not going to scream healthy, healthy. It's just full of flavor. All right. Got all those beans out of there. Going to get my jalapenos in. Told you, a lot of dumping and opening cans, and that's my kind of recipe. I love those kind of recipes. And if you have a really good chili recipe, I want to know about it because 'tis the season to start making chilies and soups and stews and all that kind of good stuff. So seriously, don't keep those a secret. I'd love to have the recipes, and if you want to come on the show and cook with me, I'd love to have you. So see the color of this chili? I mean, it's just beautiful. Now, a lot of people associate oregano with Italian cooking. They actually use a lot of oregano in Mexican cooking. So we're going to throw some oregano in here. Along with that, again, we've got that cumin, and then just a little pinch of heat, little pinch of cayenne pepper, and that's really the only red. So at this point, we're also going to add our chicken. About 3 cups. And we just need to simmer this about 20 to 30 minutes, and that chicken will just start falling apart, and it's just yummy. All right, we've got some. Thank you, Ann, so much. And I have to say happy birthday to Ann here, my partner in crime behind the scenes. Happy birthday. We love ya. Sorry, I don't have a present for you today. It's a Monday. It's the weekend and all that. But you know we love you anyway. You know what you get? You get chili. Yeah, and scones. All right. So here's the chili. This is I'm gonna let this simmer on this burner because the crew is gonna gobble this up. I don't think it's gonna make it to game night. And look at how the beans just really thicken this up. Now, if you want to even a more thick consistency, you can get in there with a potato masher and even mash up some of those beans a little bit, but they kind of break down on their own, and it's just so yummy. Now, if you're doing a chili bar tonight or any night, I really think you got to have fun with all the stuff that you serve with the chili. So, you know, put out some cheeses and some sour cream and some fresh jalapeno peppers or pickled jalapeno peppers, some chips. Let people go hog wild and create their own little concoction. It's all about the toppers, I think. Yeah, the chili is great, but the fun is when you can kind of dress it up. So we've got some wonderful chips that I like to crunch right in there, or Fritos is so good. And then a little bit, we're going to stick with the white here, so some shredded Monterey Jack cheese. A little sour cream. Makes me happy.